Hermione sat in the library finishing up her transfiguration homework, listening to the students gossip about the new turn of events. Many wondered who would be next. It seemed as if the enchantment was almost a curse. No one wanted to be in Pansy's shoes. The thing between Hermione and Draco had soon been forgotten, much to her surprise. But the more Hermione thought about the turn of events, the more she realized that all the gossip could have died down a long time ago. All she had to do was to get the spotlight off of herself. If only she had known that sooner. "Thought I'd find you here," a voice said, causing Hermione to look up. Draco sat his back down on the table next to her before sitting down. "I think that went quite well, don't you?" he asked. Hermione smiled. "Did you have to pick Filch?" "Of course," he exclaimed. "The bloody git has given me a hell for the last 8 years. I think revenge was in order. Besides, he paired me up with Potter, first year when we went into the Forbidden Forest. I nearly died." "If I remember correctly, you ran away, screaming like a little girl, saving yourself, and Harry was the one who almost died." "Pfft, I was a hero that night. I saved that drooling beast's life." Hermione laughed. "You mean Fang?" Draco nodded. "He was the true coward. He ran away first." "He's a dog." Hermione shook her head in amusement as she spoke. "Anyway, now that revenge is out of the way, I think it's time we discuss our date that's coming up. I suggest you wear something warm and comfortable. Be ready at 9 on Saturday night." Hermione couldn't help but blush. "I still haven't agreed to that," she reminded him, hoping she seemed calm, when in reality she was freaking out. He still wants to go out with her. "Nice try, Granger. Boy, you lost the bet. No getting out of this one." He smirked, leaning closer to the speechless girl. But, she scrambled for words, the gears in her head refusing to turn. Even if I had won she had tried to reason, but he cut her off with a quick peck on the lips. "You lost, fair and square, Granger." She huffed playfully, turning away from him to hide her blush, her lips still tingling. "Fine, where are we going then?" He gave her a knowing smirk. "You'll find out soon enough," he said with a wink. When dinner came around, Hermione found herself at the Gryffindor table talking to Ginny about the upcoming date. The redhead squealed, already planning on how to do Hermione's hair and makeup. This almost made Hermione regret telling her. She wasn't one for dressing up, let alone letting Ginny have full control. "Merlin help me," she thought. While Hermione was left with Ginny's crazy ideas, Draco ate as his friends talked among themselves. "Oi, Blaze, you'd never believe what I saw today." "What's that, Theo?" Draco watched as Theo smirked and looked in his direction. "Well, I was in the library waiting for someone who was supposed to help me with my potions homework." Theo gave Draco a pointed look. "When I saw our little Draco give Miss Granger a kiss." Blaze gasped dramatically, while Draco froze. How could he have been so stupid? He had forgotten all about Theo. Now he was never going to hear the end of it. "But that's not all," Theo continued. "Apparently, Mr. Malfoy has a date with the Gryffindor princess this Saturday." "Who would have thought our little Drakey Wakey would grow a pair and ask?" Blaze laughed. "It brings tears to my eyes." Theo dabbed at a fake tear near his eye. "Too bad he could only get her to agree by winning a bet." "A bet? Ha! I guess he isn't as much of a ladies' man as everyone thinks. Poor Granger." Blaze teased. The two went back and forth until Draco snapped. "I fucking hate you guys," he growled, making his two mates laugh even harder. Final. Hermione always thought that the girls in the Muggle movies were dramatic when getting ready for their first date, but when Saturday came by faster than she thought it would, Hermione found herself in the same situation. She had a closet full of casual clothes, but none of them were good enough. She couldn't find anything that matched, and her hair refused to cooperate. All in all, it was a very stressful morning. She nearly cried for joy when Jenny walked into her room to help her. "Oh, Jen, you're a lifesaver," she cheered, causing her best friend to laugh. In her hand was a bottle of sleek, easy hair potion. "I know," was her reply as she handed the bottle to Hermione. "Now then, let's make this a date that the ferret will never forget." "It's supposed to be casual," Hermione told the redhead, who was looking around Hermione's closet. Ginny gave a slight nod. As Ginny did that, Hermione wasted no time. She ran to the bathroom to start on her hair. Merlin knows how long it will take her to tame her wild curls. Draco waited in the dungeon at the Slytherin common room to give Hermione time to get ready. He was nervous, but he couldn't understand why. He had been on countless dates before, but this one was different. Just thinking about the upcoming date made his heart pound. He was really in love with this girl, and it scared him. Not only because of how easily she could influence him if she wanted to, but also because of his family. He knew what the consequences would be when his family found out, but a part of him couldn't care less. In fact, he almost wanted to rub it into his father's face that he would be with whoever he wanted to be with, and Lucius had no say as he rotted in Azkaban. Glancing at the clock, he realized he still had 3 hours to wait, so he relaxed into the couch, closed his eyes, and contemplated more about his life.